Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is a new top 5 best stories list, and I hope you enjoy. The Beetle is one of the top B-list Spider-Man rogues. He's a guy with a suit of armor, with the power of flight, super strength, and electric-type bolts. Amber Jenkins is the leader of the second Spider-Man villain group, the Sinister Syndicate, and after that, he became a hero on the Thunderbolts named Mac 5. He's a lot different in the Ultimate Universe, where he's like a silent assassin. I don't really care for that version. The Beetle started off as a really goofy looking and he just wanted to go after the Human Torch. Over the years though, he's become a big player in some parts of Marvel Comics. With that said, these are definitely the top 5 Beetle stories. Number 5, The Beetle and the Badge. This is a one-shot story from the Spectacular Spider-Man issue 16. In this story, the Beetle is going after a confiscated suitcase full of heroin. Yeah, that happened in Spider-Man comics. Well, when this is happening, Spider-Man finds the Beetle and defeats him. Now, it doesn't seem like such an important Beetle tale, but man did he use his suit's unique powers to their fullest here, and it comes back in the end to how he's defeated. Plus, it's interesting to see a supervillain sneakily break straight into police headquarters. Spider-Man, getting the idea from a cop who is like the second main character in the story, ruins Beetle's special fingers to clog them with paste. It's one of those quick but really fun, almost classic, I think, Spider-Man vs. Beetle stories. Number 4, On Wings of Death. This was the second time Spider-Man fought the Beetle in Amazing Spider-Man issue 94. Today, the Beetle has escaped from prison and has been attacking various establishments, but the weird thing is he breaks in and he doesn't steal anything. The Beetle has seemingly been attacking at random, but he was really searching for whatever building that was side by side with the local importing company Vault's wall. While committing this crime, he kidnapped Aunt May, who was at the grocery store. Spider-Man arrives and easily beats him down. After the fight, the Beetle wonders about why Spider-Man was so serious while fighting him today compared to last time, obviously not knowing who Aunt May is. This was a very unique tale where the bad guy actually attacks Aunt May, and the Beetle here has one of his smartest capers ever, breaking into a seemingly random store to get to the bank, avoiding security and police backup. I think this is a great tale for the Beetle, and it was the first time he fought Spider-Man one-on-one. Number 3, Bugged. This is in the Spectacular Spider-Man 164. This was exactly 1 year before the Deadly Foes of Spider-Man miniseries. The Beetle has been out of prison for 6 weeks, and he hasn't done anything yet because he's scared of Spider-Man. He hates the wall crawler and blames him all the time, and all superheroes like him, for ruining his life as the Beetle. He is called back into action by the Kingpin's right-hand man called the Arranger. As Fisk wants to hire Beetle to kill Spider-Man, Jenkins refuses, so they offer him another straight crime, an armored car diamond heist. Right after that, a ranger calls the Daily Bugle for Peter Parker to tell him about the Beetle heist, getting Spider-Man involved. The reason I think this is a great must-read Beetle story is in this tale, the Beetle is basically the main character, as we see that he's thinking, what he's thinking the whole time. He plans, he gets scared, and he doesn't think much of himself, and it doesn't change at the end of the issue. He's a lot more like the Shocker or another laughable rogue at the time. You do feel sympathetic for him, but that's only after he's done bad things, so it's a bit conflicted whether you should feel bad for the guy or not. In fact, on the inside, the end just has him give up on his crime. In the 616 universe, I see this as the very, very start of Amber Jenkins becoming a Thunderball, as he knows being a villain is hard, with there being countless heroes everywhere. And like I said, this is one of the stories where Beetle is the main character, basically. Number 2, Ring Out the Old, Ring in the New, I Want Spider-Man, Beetle Mania. This was a 3-parter in Spectacular Spider-Man issues 58 through 60. The storyline starts with a mysterious figure, the Beetle, tricking the Ringer into fighting Spider-Man for him. The forgotten rogue, Ringer, fails, leading to the Beetle returning to Spider-Man to have a massive battle. This is the first time Beetle was in his iconic suit, with stronger wings and finger blasters. This story can be seen as a rebirth of the Beetle character. He's much more vicious here, and Spider-Man has a hard time avoiding Beetle during the battles, and his foe has absolutely no care for innocence or public wreckage this time. The Beetle has a new device that can predict Spider-Man's moves, and his motivation for doing all of this is to get the respect he thinks he's owned. This is definitely one of the best Beetle storylines and schemes. It was the reinvention of the Rogue, and it stayed this way until he became a Thunderbolt. Number 1, Behold the Beetle to Squash a Beetle. The greatest Beetle story isn't in a Spider-Man series, but in Daredevil for Daredevil issues 33 and 34. It opens with an armored car robbery and Daredevil fighting the Beetle, and again, they meet on a train. These encounters force Beetle to get rid of Daredevil forever. To do that, eventually, the Beetle manages to tie up the hero, and then he decides to unmask Daredevil on national television. This is the greatest the Beatle's ever been, and the best supervillain plan he's ever had. I like how the storyline started with Beetle just committing crimes away from where the Human Torch Spider-Man can stop him. Then there's another hero who comes again and again to stop him, so he changes his aim to actually finishing off heroes. The story is definitely the creepiest, maybe darkest the Beetle has ever gotten. He has new tricks like nerve gas in his Beetle hands, and he even has a group of henchmen he orders around. The Beetle gets beaten at the end, but he was so close to ending Daredevil, and if Daredevil wasn't secretly blind and had good hearing, Beetle would have gotten away with his robberies too. This is my favorite Beetle solo story, and I still think it is his best one. And that is my list for the top 5 best Beetle stories. Yeah, I know his Sinister Syndicate days and moments in the team, like Deadly Foes of Spider-Man issues 1 through 4 and Web Spinner's Tales of Spider-Man 17 and 18 had really, really great moments for Amber Jenkins, but for a full story all about him, these are definitely his best ones. As always, I thank you so much for watching this video, and have a good one.